Welcome everyone to this session where we will showcase how the Swedish FA, using their own app and media platform based on the Sportswik media platform, has enabled fan engagement, streaming, and how they're monetizing this. The agenda is that we will have an introduction from Håkan from the Swedish FA, and then I will go ahead and do a live demo to try to break up this sitting down speaking type of sessions. So hopefully technology is with us and everything goes well, and that you get a bit of sense of how the application flows and what you can do. My name is Martin Wiklund. I'm the founder of Sportswik. Have a background as a professional football player. Got to play against Zlatan Ibrahimovic and Buffon and Cannavaro and some of those guys. Usually make sure to mention they were a little bit better than me. But then I spent 10 years with Capgemini, both in IT management consulting, both in Sweden, in New York City, and started building mobile apps in 1999, 10 years too early. No one understood anything. When we were 3 people with Capgemini in the Nordics who went around with compact iPad pocket PCs and said, these things will change everything. Every process in every company, we're going to call with these things, take photos, but everyone was, they had no idea because we were way too early. I've also been the vice chairman of my old professional club, and now I spend most of my half-time job coaching my kids in both football and floorball, so 4 teams at the same time. But it can be safe to say that Sportswik is the perfect merge of my 2 passions for sports and technology. Håkan, go ahead, introduce yourself, and then shoot with the background of how Min Football came and why.
I will. Afternoon, everybody. My name is Håkan Rosberg, as Martin mentioned. I'm from the Swedish FA. I work in a department called Strategy and Innovation, and I'm head of business development. Before I joined the FA, I worked in the telco and media business in the last 10 years in TV4, which is Sweden's major commercial broadcaster. And today we tell you Min Football story, and as you may guess, Min Football is the Swedish name for my football. And what we've done compared to other fan engagement sessions I've heard, we're starting on focusing on the grassroots and youth football. So that's a major focus from that perspective. I think most FAs serve with stats, with results and tables on their websites, but most real engaging time is spent on external platforms and apps. Depending on, and you need several apps depending on how do you like to consume your football game. And what we've done is kind of cherry-picked all functions needed to consume a football game and gathered it into our app. So you need one app to consume football, depending on how you like to consume it. Because we as a right owner, and maybe several others of you around here, we put our content on external apps. We leave the user data to external partners, and they can monetize on it since they got the end user.
You need to swim into the middle because of the lights, says the production team.
His lights.
Wonderful.
We leave the end user relation to other parts. And when we launched our app, we tried the clubs and the teams to put all content into our Swedish football app, Min Football, and then we can monetize it. And when we started, the objective, the strategic goals, was to really boost the coverage and engagement around grassroots and youth football, to help the clubs increase the interest for the teams and for the matches. And if we do that, help them and we together make it in a proper way so people download the app, we can start to get in new rev streams to Swedish football, and we do need it. We get new revenues for the FA, for the 24 regions, and for the clubs and teams as well. So the Swedish football in general get new revenues thanks to Min Football. We get a new communication tool, which I'll tell you later some more about. But on Facebook, for example, we can put one post to everyone. Here we can more or less personalize the information to all team leaders for girls' teams in the age of 10 to 15 years, for example, which is a smarter communication tool. And as I mentioned, we collect and own all content, the user data, and the end-user relation ourselves, which is some very goodies come out of that. I won't show lots of facts and figures, but some small, short KPIs that next week we will pass 700,000 users, which is pretty good for a country where we live about 10 million people. It's about 7% have downloaded the app so far.
And registered an account, so they're registered users.
Yes, for sure. And their retention is good. They are not just downloading the app, they are using it. And engagement is pretty good. As you can see in yellow, 24% of the games have some kind of user-generated content, which is a good number. When we, as a federal association, launch our app of our own, our aim is to be best in class in terms of security and integrity features. That's a must, I would say, since we are an association. So we worked very hard on this one. And first of all, when you download the app, we got the mobile, we got your mail address. So it's no anonymity compared to the open internet. We kind of know who you are. When you see a post which is inappropriate because it's user-generated content, so we have to let people helping themselves to handle the content. And when it's not appropriate content you see on a post, you report it, and if 2 persons report a post, we'll automatically take it away and check afterwards what happened. And since we do not want any single child to stop playing football when it's getting digitalized, a coach and a team leader can put a mark that my team do not allow pictures, films, and live streaming for matches. It means that no one around that game can film the match, not even the away teams and their parents. And this is something it's impossible to achieve when a dad is filming the match and streaming out to his video on YouTube or Facebook, for example. So we're getting much better integrity feature services within Min Football, and I'm very proud of it. And it's crucial. When we talk about revenues, we nowadays have most Swedish FA partners within Min Football as well. And what we very much try them to do is to integrate in the user experience and maybe try to enhance the user experience more than just show some ugly banner in the app. So Modern will show you some I think, cool stuff, what we've done with the partners so far in terms of new kind of how to integrate the user experience with your brand and getting revs out of that. To download and use the app is free, but when it comes to live streaming, you have to pay a fee. The teams put the pricing for watch the game in the live streaming, and we share the revs with the team. And so far, we paid out 450,000 euros to the grassroots teams so far. And now it's demo time.
Perfect. Thanks, Håkan. So we will now switch over to, you see my iPhone on the left and the website on the right. So it's iOS and Android apps and a responsive website that comes with it. When demoing like this, you really hope your wife doesn't send you any angry text messages because there are probably some Swedes who will understand what she will say. So we connect, we white label and license the media platform to federations, leagues, and rights holders. The media platform is connected to the competition management or player registration system that exists. So in real time, data is flowing back and forth about matches, goals, players, etc. You become who you are. So I'm the coach of my daughter's team and my son's team in the local club, Sandåkerns SK. I also follow my old professional club, the national teams, other teams and competitions where I have friends, family, friends, and interest. Based on that, every user gets their personalized home feed that works just like a Facebook or Instagram feed, where I both get audience-targeted communication from the federation. This post, they think I'm in the audience for. As Håkan mentioned, it's a very powerful audience targeting engine built in. But primarily, I get all the matches, all the content from all the matches with teams or competitions I follow. And if we look at a match, this is a horrible match, actually. Sweden lost 3-1 versus Austria and will miss the Euro next year. But we had 26,412 users following this match in the app as a second screen experience. It is broadcasted on TV, but in here, users can post their comments, they can share their emotions, ask questions to the commentator, and there's someone from the Swedish FA communication departments who live reports from the match, minute by minute, puts in the goals, substitutions, and these type of things. They also do exclusive interviews with the national team coach and other people. You have the graphical lineups with the player profiles, the game facts, the league table. But this is what you can expect from a national team match. And the cool thing with this platform is if we go to, let's take this team. This is a team, a women's team playing in the Swedish 4th division. So in this match, there were 432 people following the match, but their followers also commented. They have their minute-by-minute reporting, not by a professional communication department member, but from their team reporter, Björn Karlsson. So someone, team staff member, injured player, very often a parent or something like that, who has been promoted to a team reporter role, is the one who does the live reporting during the match. But they also have their graphical lineups and player profiles, game facts, the league table. And if they live stream the match, which in this case, Amelia Unge, I would guess it's an injured player. She put her iPhone on a tripod and live streamed the match. And she also used the automatic highlight tagging feature. So while streaming, she tags a highlight. Within 20 seconds, the highlight shows up as a post in the match feed. And if they use the live score at the same time, like they did here, let's make sure we see it. Within 20 seconds, the goal is cut out. You have the player profile, the names of goal scorers and assists available. This is not often available for even the top leagues, that you get a push within 30 seconds where you have a clip of the goal with the graphics on it. But this is what can be enabled with smartphones on a Swedish Women's Division 4th team. The content that is created is then aggregated. So let's go to this team again. We'll take the Division 3 ladies. This is actually the 5th division. So all the user-generated content is aggregated in real time, in this case for this competition. So you have all the pictures, all the videos, they have the league table, stats, their play page. All the teams have their own media sites, generated in real time by our content engine, with all the content from all their matches. They have their player profiles. If I click on the club has a site, a media site, that aggregates all the content there. And also, if we go to a district federation, so all of the 24 districts have their own media sites. This is a pretty fun picture. Someone is doing the what do you call it? The seal. The Jürgen Klinsmann move. But all generated without any editorial needs at all. And to create this type of content, I'll show you how it works. So I'll create a test match. Let's play against my club today at 5. Cool. Going there. Should also now end up on the top of my home feed. Yep, starts in 49 minutes. So you now see, sorry, that's not the right game. There we are. In the bottom, you have the content creation bar where you can send your feelings and emotions. So when Sweden scores a goal, there's usually thousands of hearts and applause flowing over the screen. You can comment and say, good luck, boys, boom, and it's instantly in the feed. You can use the picture and video features, so I can take a picture, say take with camera. I'll shoot something. Use photo, don't want to crop or edit, save, and it's instantly uploaded to the feed. So it's super easy. A lot of technology stuff happening in the background. We do automatic transcoding of videos inside the device because these ones are super advanced cameras, and on low bandwidth mobile networks that would not work if we didn't do a lot of things in the back. But for the end user, it needs to be super simple. Under the blue plus sign, we have some more features geared towards team admins or these team reporters, usually a parent or someone else around the team that's been promoted to this role. They can put the roster in for the match, which is in real time. Data flows between the competition management system and the app. So I'll select a few players who are going to play this match. Save, done, publish now, instantly in the feed. Yes, I want to create a graphical lineup as well. It's a 4 versus 4 game. Do we even have that, Håkan, in the real life? It's 3 versus 3 and 5 versus 5, but here we have 4. You can drag them around to your favorite formation, save, publish now. Push notifications are sent out to followers of both teams. And also, a sponsor has an activation of being the lineup sponsor for all the matches. You can do the goal and event reporting. So when the referee blows the whistle, I'll hit kickoff. Match is live. I'll swipe this one in, say goal, home team, number 4, assisted by number 8, save. It's 1-0. So super simple. Anyone can use it, not ruining their match day experience. We even now starting to think about the referees using it on the wrist instead of using the small paper notes on the back of their yellow cards, writing up. Swipe it in, card, home team, yellow card for number 7. You can also create some other type of contents like pre-game articles or post-game match reports, more kind of picture, title, text type of stuff. We'll also do some streaming here. So I'll plan a live stream. This is an adult match, so there's a pay-per-view. So as the home team, we set the price. I can stream directly from the app. We have partnerships with a number of different AI camera providers, Veo, Speedio. We have Pixelot cameras installed in the Swedish 3rd League, which streams directly. Or we can get the signal from a professional TV production. We also provide this platform for the Swedish Floorball Federation in Switzerland, for the International Floorball Federation. So the World Championships of Floorball, produced with 7 cameramen, is streamed on satellites to the big TV companies, but the digital signal in here. So it doesn't matter where it comes from. Here I'll say stream from the app. I get a planned live stream, and then I can say start live streaming. It checks my network connectivity, because as we had in 2020, youth matches were allowed to play in Sweden, but no parents could be at the sideline. So we had 15,000 different parents streaming 24,387 matches using their smartphone, because they were allowed to be there as a match functionaire. But it checks my network connectivity. It automatically has the scoreboard. It was 2 minutes and 4 seconds since I started the live score. I'll just press here, and within 6 seconds, I'm streaming live. So to enable user-generated content like this and having anyone being able to do a stream, we've spent probably 10,000 hours developing this and make it work. And mobile networks, they're not stable. They go up and down all the time, so there's a lot of complex techie stuff to make that work. In the lower left, you see I have a white highlight button, so I'll press that one, say that this is a goal by the home team. And when you do that, when you're the filmer of the match, you don't have time to say who scored or who assisted, because then you'll lose track and focus. I'll stop streaming. I will not stream more later. The highlight, yeah, there it came. So it's usually within 20 seconds. This was probably 10 or something. I can swipe this one in, say goal, home team, number 4, save. These things are then merged, and the graphics are put on automatically. So super easy to use. only if you can manage to use a smartphone, you can be a content contributor. And that's why we have 17% of all the 700,000 registered users have been content contributors, which is a very high number. The highlights reel and the replay is automatically created after the match. Great. So let's then jump into some examples of what Håkan said, because not only have the Swedish FA been able to get a lot of people in, getting a lot of content and fan engagement, but also this is a very powerful commercialization engine. So in the platform, we built, you could call it an ad server, but when you think about ad servers, you think about ugly banner ads and some annoying screen takeovers. So we've tried to have some really smart digital marketing people and build something that enables the brands, you know, always in marketing, you want to speak with relevance. Buzzwords like this, right people at the right time with the right message. But how do you really do that? Because a mom of a 13-year-old girl playing football, maybe is not generically interested in football, would never watch the national team or pay to watch a Swedish Premier League match. But they're very, very loyal and very interested in what happens in their little team and their matches. And to speak as a brand with the relevance to these ones, you need to tailor your messages. But if you go to your agency and say, I want to speak with relevance to 20,000 different football teams in Sweden, you know, they don't just laugh because it will cost you a fortune. So it has to be done with smart algorithms and smart data. We've also created this engine as an event and trigger-based marketing engine, because you need to speak to people at the right time. When you watch a match live, you will never click on a sponsored post, go away and sign up for something on their website, because you're watching the game. So you need to do this before the match, at halftime or after the match, and we use the triggers in the platform to provide context-relevant partner information at the right time, ideally enhancing the user experience. And everything is hyper-personalized, so the platform automatically calculates the favorite team, favorite club, are they a content contributor, what role do they have, to both personalize all the content for the user, but also be able to personalize the commercial features. And these are a few examples of what we've done. So with Coca-Cola, they had this campaign. They would pay 1 Swedish crown for every code under the cup that you would register on their campaign website. Did this in many different channels, but knowing and using the favorite club logo and the club name of their favorite club, we had a click rate that was way much better than all the other channels. This is something we did with Mondelez, the owners of Oreo, Toblerone. They are the digital match partner of Swedish youth football. So it's a mix of an association right, like official partner, which is usually what they get for a big chunk of their sponsorship. But this, we package it into packages containing association rights, but also digital activations. In this case, they speak to this community before the match, after the match, in a tone that they want to be communicating with. This is something that we've done with ICA, biggest grocery store chain in Sweden. So we took the LED screens from the arena. They have this on Friends Arena when the Swedish national team plays. They have ICA loves all of Swedish football. So we took it down to the app and hyper-personalized it. So as a parent in Sandåkerns SK, I get this from the local ICA store close to us, who in real life is the sponsor of the club. If I were a parent from the other team, I would get another ICA store at the exact same second. So hyper-personalization and also down to branches of the sponsors and partners. This is something we did with Rexel, the energy partner. Energy is not super sexy and easy to market, so but we turned off the lights. Yeah, now we didn't get the sound, but there's you know the sound when you turn on the lights on an old stadium, like chung chung. You get that, and also they light it up at the same time, so both a visual and an audio reference to energy and lighting. We have the more traditional stuff like stream and video billboards, and this is deep marketing science. As a brand, you want to be associated when you're happy. when the dopamine level in the brain, in the reward system, is as high as possible. And in football, you're never as happy when your favorite team scores a goal. So the goal partner delivers the goal with confetti and cheering and throws it into the match feed. But only for the ones who are happy, not for the ones who just conceded a goal. This is we did with Svenska Spel, the government-owned betting company. It's the main sponsor of the Swedish FA. They have this tagline, the one who knows the most wins the most, and that's a very good tagline to be the stats partner. So the stat partner delivers stats before the match, at halftime, after the match, browsing around, ideally to enhance the user experience. This is a very interesting thing that we've done, which has been super successful in conversion. Personalized posts. In this case, sign up for the National Railway Company to get a discount. In-app forms where the user can send their personal data, and we send that straight into the business system of the partner. Fully GDPR compliant. It's voluntarily done by the user themselves. But brands and agencies are also lazy. Even though you have these cool activations, sometimes they just want to reuse the stuff they do on Facebook or Instagram, so we have some formats for that as well, of course. Most of this is sold by the commercial department on the federation, but some of them are sold on a club level and team level. So it generates money for the federation, the district federations, for the clubs, teams, and that was also why Min Football was nominated for a UEFA Grow Award last year for Best Stakeholder Support Solution, because everyone makes money and you grow the interest around. And on average, the revenues is €1 per yearly active user in live streaming payments, and about €3 per user in sponsor and partner revenues. So it's become a very powerful and almost a big chunk, a big percentage of the revenues for the Swedish FA now comes from these digital activations. Great. Let's flip over to Håkan for some final words about what other things you can do when you get the community in and next steps for this platform.
Thank you, Martin. Sometimes I'm glad that I'm the PowerPoint guy and you're handling the demo. Vice versa, I should be not as happy as I am right now. As Martin mentioned, when we nowadays have the community, we have a decent number of users, we can use the app for different kind of topics. For example, in the middle, we are now starting to sending out notification to the people that support one team that has been played, and they have been geotagged on the pitch as well. We send them, please give us your notes. How did you find the behavior from the team, from the leaders, and from the audience? So we can check that, and afterwards we can celebrate the good teams and the good leaders, and we can take care of the red guys that have been handled from the regions. So it's data-driven, and we get some new features to handle, which is of a crucial interest for us. And we can send to new coaches for young teams. Please do not remember to name every player at least once during the first sessions for the week.
You need to swim into the middle again.
Sorry, why am I standing here? And Martin touched it, that went into next step, and our aim is that all games are to be streamed in Min Football. Our parents shouldn't have to check who are we playing against this weekend. Do they stream the game? On which platform is it streamed? Is it played on pitch number 1, where they have a fixed camera, or is it played on the pitch number 4, where there may be a parent, which is streamed by a mobile device? We want every stream gathered and shown in Min Football, pendless of how they're produced or filmed. And what we've done now is that we try to digitalize the process and help the leaders with administration. Now, I'm a bit ashamed to say that nowadays we don't need a paper protocol to report your match troop into our administration system. You can do it through Min Football, where they already have the match squad, and it makes it much more easier for the team leader and the coaches. Well,
cool. Yeah, and I think right now we have also we started off with the grassroots, the amateur and youth, but I think now gradually we're moving up in the competition pyramid. So currently the Swedish third league, which is semi-professional, is also live streamed using pixel cameras in that case, and commentators, but getting it in and having that community in the platform is the key. Because what we realized, we ran Sportswik for 5 years as a standalone application before we decided to white label and license it to the federations. And getting the users in is, the #1 challenge. And making sure that all the content is in one central place. So when they get the push notification saying that there's a match, they can just click that push notification and watch the match. Not have these notifications in a team admin system or team administration club system somewhere, and they have some live score in a different place and the video stream in the third. So, and the league tables and stats on the federation website. So getting it all in and having all the people there, that is when we then can start doing things.
That's the end of the monologue, I think. Please, anyone, some questions?
Yeah.
Please.
This is Juan from La Liga. So to what extent are you putting all in now the focus on this, or also in I don't know if you're having a parallel social media strategy, or you just put more the focus now on building your own?
We do have a parallel social media strategy, but we focus very much on men football through grassroots football and to youth football.
Are you able to share as well the data with the local teams, with the regional FAs, so they can use it as an asset as well to develop more sponsorships and projects on a regional level, or the data belongs only to the FA?
We share it with them.
Okay. Thank you.
So we as a federation, we are the clubs, so we're here to help them.
Any more questions?
Hello, I'm Radek from FlashScore. I got a question regarding the minute-by-minute reports, match reports. Are there do you have roles of people, or can there be any duplicates in that? Like more people can contribute to the content, or how do you do that?
Posting comments and pictures and videos, that everyone can do. But to use the live score feature, for example, then you have to have a role in one of the teams playing, as being a team reporter or a team admin. And there can be multiple of those. And we've tried a couple of different versions where you would say either I want to follow this one or that one. But now we merged them together. So there can be 2 1-0 posts and then 2 2-0. But the score is, of course, 2-0. And we select who is the most relevant person to be the current score holder. But this has actually not been a big problem, because the hardest thing is to get someone to report from these matches. Usually they've had no content at all. So if there are multiple, and usually when that happens, they see it. So then they decide, okay, so you do the live score and I'll do the streaming. So they split it up, because so that's usually handles itself very well. Then, of course, the official match report and the official score comes into Fugis, the administrative system, and that will then override any user-generated scores or anything.
So it can happen that there are no coverage for some games?
Yes, of course. This is fully voluntarily. Ideally, in an ideal future, we have AI cameras installed in a lot of arenas. We have the referees doing the live score from the wrist instead of doing it on a paper and pen, and then you get closer to this. But
that's next week.
That's yeah.
Perfect. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
We have 40 seconds, so maybe one more question. If someone has anything.
Hi guys, this is Marcus from VU. I'm going to be fast. I'm super impressed by your work. How difficult has it been to win sponsorship partners? It's maybe something for Hakan. Showing all these abilities. Is it getting easier? What are you experiencing there?
Yes, it's much more easier now when you have 700,000 users than we started when we had nil. So it's becoming more easier. But I think it's it's a will from the partners to get it more digitalized in their partnership within Swedish FA in general. So I think it's a perfect match.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Wonderful. Then we're at 0, so thank you for attending. And
Thank you all.
we're all around for questions outside if you want to.
Thank you.